This is The Scoop for Wednesday.
I'm Sean Canan with the WMNF News headlines. The state of Florida's execution spree will continue. A man who killed his wife and two children in 1994 in Okaloosa County is the next to die. Yesterday, Republican Governor Ron DeSantis signed a death warrant for Edward Zarkuski II. The man is set to die on July 31st. His execution is the 9th scheduled for this year in Florida. The state also executed 6 people in 2023 and carried out 1 execution last year. Yesterday, President Donald Trump visited a controversial migrant detention center in the Everglades. WMNF's Chris Young reports that Trump praised what Florida is calling Alligator Alcatraz and hopes it can serve as a model for other states.
Trump commended Governor Ron DeSantis and other Florida leaders for the facility, as well as the speed in which it was built.
They did this in less than a week. And you look at it, it's incredible. The incredible thing is picking the site, because the site was one of the most natural sites. It might be as good as the real Alcatraz site.
The facility has drawn pushback from environmental advocates, including a lawsuit from the organizations concerned about the environmental effects on its Everglades location. Elise Bennett is with the Center for Biological Diversity.
We have concerns about impacts to water quality, wetlands, endangered species. It really runs the entire gamut of some of our most important environmental resources.
State officials say they will start building another facility in Camp Blanding in North Florida after Independence Day. Chris Young, WMNF News.
Faith groups in Florida are sounding the alarm about proposed federal cuts to food assistance. WMNF's Zoe Sachs reports on how these groups are coming together to fight to keep supplemental nutrition assistance program resources available.
Catalyst Miami, a nonprofit that partners with frontline communities in Miami-Dade, held an online press conference Tuesday to criticize federal cuts to SNAP. Multiple faith leaders from around Florida urged Florida's congressional delegation to reject any proposed cuts. Reverend Pam Didia of United Methodist Temple in Lakeland highlighted the damage it would do to the community.
These families depend on SNAP, and many of them depend on Medicaid for health care. My church's ministries is focused on helping to relieve child hunger, and we see firsthand how these cuts to these programs are going to affect children that we care about deeply, not to mention the ones that we don't know. As I reflect on what these cuts will do to our community, I'm horrified that we would have legislatures who would think that this is okay.
Catalyst Miami and the faith groups that spoke share the goal of advancing health equity and working towards ending hunger in Florida. But to do that, they say SNAP and accessible health care are crucial. For WMNF News, I'm Zoe Sachs.
Citrus County has issued a 60-day rabies alert after a captured cat tested positive for the virus. WMNF's Sarah Goebel reports the area of concern is next to Highway 581 near Inverness and Floral City.
The Florida Department of Health in Citrus County is urging residents to report any bites or scratches involving pets or livestock to the Citrus County Sheriff's Office Animal Control. Anyone bitten or scratched by a wild or domestic animal should seek immediate medical attention and report the incident to the Florida Department of Health. Gail Gaidesh, the administrator of the Florida Department of Health in Citrus County, stresses that it is important not to touch an animal that has the rabies virus.
Oftentimes people have gotten bit or scratched when the animal is interacting with their dog or their cat. You know, there's been times where raccoons have gone after people's dogs and they try to break it up, and that's when people have been injured.
The rabies virus affects the nervous system and can cause fevers, seizures, and hallucinations. For WMNF News, I'm Sarah Goebel.
Thunderstorms will develop this afternoon. It'll be windy with highs in the mid-80s. Tonight, partly cloudy with more scattered thunderstorms developing late and overnight lows in the high 70s. Tomorrow, thunderstorms are likely in the morning with scattered afternoon thunderstorms, heavy rain, and highs in the mid-80s. I'm Sean Canan with the WMNF News headlines.
This is The Scoop, recorded at WMNF Tampa.